Hello students, myself Himanshu and today I am going to teach you for the CSIR NET Life Science examination. Now this examination is conducted twice in a year and each year several students qualify for the lecturership as well as JRF examination. Today we are going to study about cell signaling. Now cell signaling is a very important topic in the CSIR UGC NET Life Science examination. Each year you can expect around 2 to 4 questions which carry around 8 marks to 4 marks in the CSIR UGC NET Life Science examination. Now, as we know that cells communicate with each other in different forms, and cell communication in form of cell signaling is one of the ways in which cells communicate. Now the cell signaling is of several types such as GPCR signaling, receptor tyrosine kinase signaling, JAK-STAT signaling and receptor tyrosine kinase signaling. Today we are going to study about G protein coupled receptor cell signaling, or also known as GPCR cell signaling. Now let me introduce to you the cell architecture. As you know that this is the cell membrane and this is the extracellular domain of the cell membrane and this is the intracellular domain of the cell membrane. On the extracellular side you will find the serpentine 7 alpha helices G protein coupled receptor, and in the intracellular domain you will find the G protein, which is a trimeric protein which consists of alpha subunit, beta subunit and gamma subunit. Alpha subunit, beta subunit and gamma subunit attached together, and initially it is in the inactive state. The alpha subunit of the G protein is attached to GDP, that is guanylyl diphosphate, and initially as you can see the protein G protein is an inactive state. Why it is inactive? It is inactive because there is no signaling molecule interacting with the N-terminal domain of the G protein. Now the signaling molecule arrives. Now the signaling molecule, when it arrives, it interacts with the N-terminal domain of the G protein and it induces a conformational change in the G protein whereby it undergoes a GAP GDPase activity in which GDP is exchanged for GTP. The alpha and beta gamma subunit it separates and the GDP is replaced by the GDP. Now this is the active case of the cell signaling. In this case the beta gamma unit it dissociates with the alpha subunit and beta gamma subunit leads to the activation of adenylyl cyclase, which is an effector enzyme. Now this adenylyl cyclase leads to the synthesis of cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP is an important secondary messenger. Now G protein is taking place at several places, in vision, in taste, in hearing, many places in the body G protein coupled receptor cell signaling is taking place. But today we are going to study about GPCR protein kinase A cell signaling. Now this protein kinase A, or also stands for the pKa, consists of two domains. One is the regulatory domain, other one is the catalytic domain. Initially both the domains are joined and they are in the inactive state. When the signaling molecule comes, it attaches to the N-terminal, it induces the conformational change. The alpha subunit and the beta gamma subunit separates. Beta gamma subunit leads to the activation of adenylyl cyclase. It leads to the activation of cyclic AMP. This cyclic AMP goes to the pKa subunit and it undergoes dissociation of the pKa subunit. Now the cyclic AMP attaches to the regulatory subunit and the catalytic subunit separates. Now this catalytic subunit it moves inside the nucleus where it interacts with cyclic AMP response element binding protein, which is in the inactive state, and it leads to the activation of cyclic AMP response element binding protein, which ultimately stimulates the gene transcription. Thereby you can see that the entire cascade it works on and it leads to the activation of the pathway. each year many questions come from this cell signaling. Either some modification will be done at the G protein part, or some modification will be done at the regulatory signaling pathway, whereby this will be missing and you have to identify the pathway. This is a very important concept, and I hope that each one of you would have understood now the G protein coupled receptor cell signaling. Thank you.